All right, friend, what you want to go by tonight?
I think go by Pam. Happy Baker. Oh, okay, here we go.
Pam, the happy baker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Put your right hand up and your left hand on your word, wherever you decide your word is. All right, hold it just like that. Do you solemnly agree that we have the permission to post this across all of our social media platforms?
Oh, of course.
Is there anything I do mean anything that's off limits you don't want us to ask you about?
No.
If we do ask you something that's off limits, do you understand you can say no, I want to pass, so let's move on.
Yes.
All right, cool, let's get it.
Okay, literally is no pressure. I'm your host, Bangem Bugg.
It's your girl, Just K for real.
And we got a special guest. She already introduced herself, so tell us where you originally from.
I am originally from Columbus, Ohio. I moved to Atlanta I started coming to Atlanta in 2018 and I moved down here in 2019. So I've been down here ever since.
What brought you down here, like a man or something?
No, why is that always the first question? No, it wasn't a man, it was my treats. So I started coming down here doing events and just selling my treats and stuff. And then I eventually just moved down here, like my house went into foreclosure and everything like that. So I was just like, maybe it's time to do something different. So that's how I got down here.
You like it here?
Yeah. It's different. It's definitely different from Ohio, but I like it. It's definitely an environment you have to adapt to. And I'd say you have to be kind of like mentally strong to be here.
Versus Ohio?
Yeah. I mean, I think Ohio prepared me for Atlanta, but Atlanta is different.
Like what?
Like it's just a different, because everybody like thinks like, when I moved down here, I didn't move down here to get in entertainment and anything like that. So it's like a lot of people are like, everybody is a celebrity here. Everybody done did this and they work with this person, and it's all about like, it just doesn't seem, I've met some genuine people, but for the most part, it's just all about like, what can you do for me? Who you know, or you know this person, I've been trying to get over there for these many years. So it's just weird in that sense. But yeah, but I understand it because of the culture like down here. Like if you want to be in entertainment, I guess if you want to do that thing, like I can see why you feel like you may have to do certain things, but I didn't move here for that. So like I don't have to kiss nobody's ass to do anything. Like, I'm just not with all that fake shit. Like, oh, you don't know who you're talking to, so treat me with respect, and I'm gonna treat you with respect. And if it doesn't it don't work like that, it don't work. But I'm not kissing nobody's ass because I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to go viral. I'm just trying to sell my little treats, take care of my family. That's it.
That's right.
That's about it.
Okay, so did you grow up with both of your parents?
Yes, parents still married.
And what's your relationship like with your dad? Y'all close?
Yeah, I just got back from a trip from Boston with my mom and dad. My little sister graduated from shout out to my little sister. She just graduated with her master's in education, so
Nice.
we pretty close. Well, actually, I did snap on my dad today though, but I apologize quick. But we close.
Why you snap on him?
Just because I was first of all, I had just messed my nails up, to be quite honest, and he called me just like, I done called you for the last 2 days, and I'm like, no, you didn't. You called me this morning. I was just, it's that time of the month. It was really no reason for me to snap at my dad. And then he started talking about my son and like basketball, and I'm like, I just was like, I don't know. I just didn't want to hear it at the time, and it was just displaced anger. So I did apologize because you only get one daddy. So even though he just called already yelling, talking about I've been calling you for days. No, you didn't. One time. But
most people don't even get one, so
yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I had to apologize.
Okay, I guess give me a traumatic experience as a child.
A traumatic experience as a child?
Before 18.
I guess what was traumatic for me? My mom was washing my hair and we had to lay on the sink. And my little sister wasn't tall enough to climb right up on the counter, so she opened up the cabinet when it was about to be her turn to get her hair washed. So I had to jump down. And when I jumped down like right on the cabinet, and my vagina hit it, and I was traumatized from that. That was something that traumatized me as a child.
You had to go to like the hospital?
Yeah, I had to go to the emergency room. It was split. I had to get some stitches and.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I jumped down. Like, can you imagine jumping? I mean, I wasn't that tall, but when I jumped down, it went straight down on the cabinet. In the back in the day, we had real wood. So yeah.
That hurt me right now.
Yeah, it hurts me still to this day. That's why I said it was trauma.
You got stitches?
Yeah, it's split.
Damn.
Yeah, but we all fine now. Yeah, it's all good now.
I hope so. Talk about it's all good.
Or is that like, or you want me, was that supposed to be, is that the like type of trauma you was expecting, or it's like you want some other trauma?
It's no specific.
Whatever you got.
Oh, yeah.
That
I
sounds
mean, if you
dramatic
want
to
to tell
me.
some more, I mean,
No, I had a dope childhood. I mean, I got whooped. I mean, I had a normal 2-parent, well, I guess that's not normal for some, but I, you know.
it's normal for me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I come from, like, my family is dope, so I didn't really have nothing too traumatic like that.
So, like, your son's dad, was his parents together?
No. He was raised by his mom, and she had her husband. But, you know, a boy and stepdaddy, that type of thing, but no.
Huh? You said her son?
No, I'm just saying, you know, when you're looking for a mate, like, if your parents together, you want to find somebody with parents together. Like, it's a
Oh,
better
your
chance.
son's father. Okay, was his, okay, boom. That was like,
Yeah, but I don't
it
even,
sounded like was his.
I
You
see,
don't believe it?
now I do, I think, as I'm still single, like, next man I want to know if you knew your daddy. Because that really wasn't, like, but now it's like, I don't know what's going on now, but it wasn't that, it was just like, he's a good man, Savannah. And I knew, like, you know what I'm saying, he just,
Get all out of
the
there.
relationship that, you know, you could tell he wanted with his father, I knew that he would be a good father. Like, and it took him some time, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't always perfect, but he's perfect now. Like, that's who my son, he's still in Ohio with his father, so, but he didn't come from a 2-parent household.
That's important, Kay.
No, why?
I'm just saying, you just got a better chance.
My brothers
better
ain't come from,
chance.
my brothers ain't come from a 2-parent household, and they are great fathers.
I'm just saying, like, for, like, a long-term marriage, like, from,
My
That's what you wanna
my
look for.
other younger brother with the baby, he just proposed to his baby mother like right after she had the baby.
I'm saying this is new, I'm just saying long-term.
I'm just saying,
So
like,
put you up on game.
that's what they want. So I don't think it mattered. That actually is what drove them so hard to want. Like, my brother's like, I'm going to be with the mother of my child. Nothing's going to separate my family. So it worked both ways.
Okay. Something you held in for a long time that you never got to, like, vent.
Oh, baby, nothing, because if I feel it, I'm gonna say it.
I
I
know,
mean,
that's
it's
right.
really nothing that, there ain't nothing that I held in.
What about with your parents? Like, anything that you got in trouble for as a child that you probably couldn't speak up on then, but now it's like, dang, I should have told them why.
No, I did, and I remember my dad almost slapped me on my front porch as an adult. Like, so I've expressed. I mean, I'm 38. I'll be 39 in July. So I've had plenty of those talks. Like, and they're difficult because, like I said, like my parents are old school. So even when like I was a class clown, so I used to wish that they didn't make me work so much, and it was just stuff like that you don't appreciate when you a kid. But then as you get older, you realize like they were that way for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God that I was able to read because I held some grudges. Like, I mean, when I wanted to go to school, my mom didn't really know too much about college or financial aid or nothing like that. So it was just like, you know, and then I was trying to figure it out. But when you're still considered, what is it, independent, they have to have your parents' income and stuff like that. So,
Independent.
or the dependent, yeah. Then, oh yeah, because when I had my baby, yeah. So it was like, however your parents set up their arrangement with taxes and everything, like you gotta understand, it's a game that, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I didn't understand that then, but I'm like, oh, however they were doing it, maybe giving information, it might mess up something else. And then I had my son and I was able to take myself, so it was just like,
Wrong with the punches.
yeah. And just to be thankful, because like some people didn't have that, and I'm thankful that they prepared me for life, because if they didn't, like, so I've been in Atlanta for 3 years, like really just hustling and just surviving. And it's from what my parents taught me, so.
So what you saying, they used to make you like work before you graduated school or something?
Yeah, my first job was I was a babysitter for this lady across the street. She was a stripper. But my first actual job was at Donato's Pizza. I was 14, and I used to wear my uniform to work and walk to school, like in my uniform. I love my job though. But then it was when I didn't want to go to work and I just wanted to chill. Like if I see my friends across the street and they not going to work and stuff, I wanted to go hang out. And it was just like, no, you need to go to work. So it was just stuff like that. And just like, oh, you know what I'm saying, you know, work, you know what I'm saying, nobody owes you nothing type thing. Like, I mean, just some valuable lessons. Like, I wish, and I'm glad now because none of my friends, I mean, they got jobs and stuff, but
They don't grind like you.
no.
So what you saying, like they broke or something?
I'm not saying they broke, but I'm just saying they weren't, their parents didn't teach them certain things, like how to, like credit, buying property, and things like that. They was just letting them be outside, you know? So, I mean, I got to be outside if it was on a porch or something like that. I don't want to make it sound like I was like strict, because it really was, but it was just like, you know, like I said, it was just like, you want to hang out or you want to go make some money. So, by the time I was 16, I was the manager at that store. So, it was cool, but I definitely grew up faster than a lot of my peers. Because by the time I graduated, I was 18. My mom got me a job at the hospital, and I worked there for 11 years.
So you feel like you missed out
Do I feel like I missed out?
on your childhood?
Hell no. Cause then, but I mean, I feel like, cause then once I quit my job after 11 years, I remember that day I just woke up and was like, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to do this no more. And it was just because it's like when you have your parents, they want you to live a certain way. The father of your child wants you to live a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Those type of pressures. And then it was just like, when I woke up that day and I went and I quit, and then I lived a little irresponsible for a while. From the time I was 18 up until 27, I bought my first house at 27. That's what I'm saying. Like, I had my shit together. It was all in order. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just like, I got a taste of that freedom of being an entrepreneur. And I quit my job of 11 years. And I didn't go wild, but I was partying. You know what I'm saying? I rented out rooms to people that just lived a different lifestyle. And it was fun. We had some good times. But then when you have to get your life together, you know, my dad used to always say bad association spoils useful habits. So it's like all the drugs and the drinking and everything like that. If I want to, because by this time my house went into foreclosure again. This is the second time. So it's like, if you want to save it, you know what I'm saying, you got to just change it. I just kicked everybody out, saved the crib again, and just got my shit back together.
Dang, what was happening? They wasn't paying?
Oh no, they was paying, but it was just like it was my wingman. You know what I'm saying? He had to go. All the girls coming over. It was like a lot of traffic. It was just too much. Party's over.
Into like foreclosure.
Huh?
For it to go into foreclosure.
Oh no, it was already in foreclosure. Like, cause when you have a house, like foreclosure can last for years if you're like, I was on it. So the second time that it went though, like it's so much stuff behind when I bought that crib, because I had bought it. I was working at the hospital, so they had incentives for you to move in the hood because it was in the hood. So they told me that if I move out there, it's a $30,000 instant equity. That turned out to be a second mortgage. It was all this stuff behind like the crib. And like, so it was a really nice crib. So that's what I'm saying, like their mindset wasn't on no crib. Like I'm on the phone with you. Yeah, they just paying their little $400 and they just happy that they got a really nice house that they can, and then, so that's what I'm saying, like when I'm coming home from work because I'm trying to pay this stuff, and it's adults walking in and out the house, and all the lights on, the heat air is blasting, like, and I'm sitting here trying to fight to save my crib, and nobody in here is trying to help me. They all can go. Yeah. So it was like that. And then I got a call April 2nd that my house is up for a private auction, and I had already. It's just a lot with that shit. But long story short, it went into foreclosure again. I prayed about it, and I had at this time I had met 85 South when they came to Columbus. They were doing a back to school event. I had already been coming down here, like I said, and then I came down here, and then I just couldn't. I had filed bankruptcy to stop the sale of my home the second time, and I was trying to like keep the payments of it. And after that, it was just like, you know, just take. Instead of me losing it, I did a short sale so I could get what I could get and walk away with something instead of nothing. So that's what I did, and then which was smart, because you know you gotta, to live in Atlanta, it costs money. I mean, I know it costs money anywhere, but when I first got down here, I wasn't used to that. Like, we don't have to pay for that much parking in Ohio. We don't have to pay $60 for parking and then like $40 to get in. I mean, at least I didn't have to. So that was an adjustment. And then I had like, I was feeling blessed. You know, I was struggling for like 2 years, and the guy gave me a little bag, and I done came out here and I'm just helping everybody out. I'll never do that shit again.
Okay.
You blessed me again, Lord. You know, I did what I did it the wrong way, I guess. But no, not really, because
you feel like you blew it?
I definitely did. But in a way that I was helping other people. I love to eat, so I'm out, I'm tipping my waitresses and everything. Like, I'm just wild, and I'm helping just people that like have helped me, sending people money, just
blowing it.
Yeah,
but in a nice way.
Yeah, because I also believe that you gonna get it back. But if I get it, when I get it again, it's not gonna go out as fast as it did that first time.
Okay. Money be short, don't it?
Okay, worst thing you said out of anger, and the worst thing said to you out of anger.
worst thing I've ever said out of anger.
I'm crying. Yeah, that one right there. That thing.
Woo, how much time we got?
This is
What is the worst thing I've ever
We got all night.
said? I really. I don't know. I can't really. I can think of somebody said to me out of anger that was crazy.
what they say.
But I can even that like I really can't say I don't respond like that. Like I'm really a nice person. I'm kind. Now Dominique, see that's 7th grade. I don't like to say harsh things to people because shit has always been said to me. So I really do be mindful of the things that I say, and I really can't recall anything that if I can say maybe my mom or something, some shit we may have gone through or whatever, but if I do feel like I've apologized after that, like, it doesn't make it right, but I still do, but I honestly, sometimes if I said it, I meant it. I may not have meant it how I said it, but I kind of really don't, what?
Oh, I didn't.
I don't know, what?
What you was about to say?
Your baby dad, arguments, saying things out of spite.
No.
You ain't never said that out of spite.
If it was the truth, yeah, I've never.
Truth or not, but cruel is cruel.
Mean. Something mean.
She's like, no, I'm a good person.
No, I'm not
She
even.
like, I
No,
said it, but I
ain't
meant
saying-
it. That's what
I
she
ain't even
said.
saying that. I'm just saying that if anything that I've ever said in an argument or anything like that, like I meant it because a lot of times, like, but that's the, like I will hold back, and that's the problem that my dad has even said. I will hold back, and then I blow up. So a lot of times I don't even remember what I said. So that's why I'm saying, like, because if I said it, you either really taken me there and I have been quiet and I've just been letting you say this and that. So then and I know that's not good. So when I do say something in an argument or something, I probably really meant that shit. And I'm sorry for how it came out. But, you know, I mean.
You don't remember none of them?
I don't remember.
You be like, you a fuck nigga, but like, not necessarily a fuck nigga.
I guess just recently I just told somebody, like, you know you ain't
questionable
shit.
ways.
I guess. But I meant that.
What they do?
They just a lot of shit they do is just ain't shit. Like, you know, going weeks without talking to somebody that's like, you ain't shit, but you're, you know, and then you know you ain't shit, but you ain't used to somebody loving you. See, I give unconditional love, you know what I'm saying? And I recognize that you ain't shit, you know?
You're not shit because, I mean, you just don't want the person. That's why you're not calling them, texting them.
That could be it, but then when they tell you, what are you calling for if you don't call already?
I
And
need
then,
to use you.
well, you can't. Sorry. I know what you thought. I don't know what you thought this was, but not you can't manipulate every woman or think every woman is naive or think that every woman doesn't genuinely love you. What is the wrong with y'all niggas?
Oof.
Not you.
Yeah, I'm a good guy. But y'all don't like good guys. Y'all like niggas who treat y'all like dog shit. You feel it? Ain't that right? Except Kay. Kay, like, it's like 2 women in the world who don't like this shit.
I've had, if I tell people like this shit, that I love you for who you are, right? But I know that I could do better in certain situations. But it's like, but I'm not like naive. I'm not stupid. Like, my dad always said, a man is only gonna do what you allow. So, while you think you're getting away with something, like, I'm allowing you to do this because when it's over, it's over. And I don't think I don't think a lot of men are used to having women that nowadays that are really patient, that really love you in all of your flaws and everything that come with you, and not really trying to change you unless it's like some shit that you really need to change. But like, let somebody love you.
I mean, let me just throw this out there. Usually the woman who does that, you really don't want them. So you usually get it, but they not really what you want. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Even if it's like a good woman.
Right. Well, yeah. Nobody. Just like you just said it. No man wants a good woman. No woman wants a good man.
Well, I'm saying we want a good woman, but we want her to look a certain way. So if this woman is like a 4 and she treats you good, you still want the 8 who treats you like shit. You get what I'm saying? Because you like the way she look. That's how most guys are. They just like the way she look.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But that's the same thing that you say about the women, though. They want somebody who is a 9 and rich, and all these women out here, you know.
I'm saying women are go
Love
for
her.
like
They
a
funny
persona.
though.
You don't necessarily have to be good looking to a woman. It's just like you just have to have this like swag or something for a woman to want to be with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
what
not
make
like
you a
that.
9. That's what, that confidence that we was talking about last week. It's that air about you. You know you the shit, so you convincing everybody else that you the shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you walk.
And then sometimes when you are just naturally the shit, like take myself for example.
Hey.
You know, when I walk into a room, sometimes I don't even gotta say anything. Well, sometimes Lamont speaks first. That annoys me. But at the end of the day, so if you got it, you got it. And you ain't gotta do too much. You ain't gotta have no legs. You can be natural. You can just be yourself. And that's
the
that.
personality be winning every
Yeah,
time.
your energy and all of that, it
Yeah.
just speaks for itself. And then if you in a room where it's not, like you just in the wrong spot.
No, that's a fact.
Okay, a situation that made you cry but you didn't quit.
Living in Atlanta,
Okay.
being the happy baker. I started this in 2012 and I've been moving around, like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to be a baker with no kitchen.
Mm.
So it's like, you know, but I've enjoyed the journey though. Like,
Amen.
even the opportunity to even be on this show, like I had no, like I was sitting here in Atlanta, I was like, why do these people keep asking me to come on these shows? And so, because not before this one, but it was just like, when you, I as a happy baker, like I was in my own home, you know what I'm saying, in my own city getting love, and I came here and I was getting love, and then it was just like, oh, you got a dope personality, come and be my co-host, come and do this, come and do that, and then I was like, I tried all of that, and then it was like I lost focus of really like what I really want to do at heart, you know what I'm saying? And it was fun and all that, but it's like even this opportunity tonight, it was just like let me just go, because I did get the opportunity to move in Atlanta, and I'm around so many stars, okay? Like I hate the word celebrity and all that shit, but I'm not using my resources.
Correct.
So it's time to, I've been down here for long. I should be, I mean, we can say that, but it's because it's all God's timing.
Mm-hmm.
But in my, you know, me and my flesh feels like that I should have just been further than what I was. But it's been hard. Like being away from my son and being down here and then really trying and then having things on your right. Just like everything is just like you can't get ahead. It seems like you can't get ahead. But he's kept me the whole time I'm here. But I be wanting to give up like every freaking month, every other day. It's like, I don't know, but I just get up and keep going.
It's definitely maximizing your opportunities. Like
Yeah, and
being
that.
a co-host, y'all coming into contact with other people every day.
Mhm.
You brought some this in here.
Right.
There should have been 50 of these in every room you was in.
And this is the thing, that's what I'm saying, that's what I do. Like, that's what got me into these places. Like, with 85, I just went, I was out to eat with my son, and he was like, I seen they were coming to Columbus. This was July 7th. My birthday is July 1st. So, I love comedy. And we was sitting there eating, and my son was like, Mom, why don't you just buy yourself a ticket? He was like, you'll never do nothing nice for yourself. I literally had like 190, but I had enough because my ticket, I bought VIP. I was like, you know what, you right, son. And I spent my last on this VIP ticket. It was like $184. So the thing that when I tell people the power of social media as well is use it to your advantage, because I follow, like when I was living in Columbus, I had stopped, back in the day, Instagram used to show your explore page, and it had everybody that you followed, like what they were liking in your city and what they were doing. So I had started unfollowing everybody in Columbus, started following people in Atlanta to kind of see who like interacting with who. That's how I knew like who to contact, like kind of not with the 85 South show, because I didn't watch that show. I was just a fan of Carlos comedy, and because my sister put me on to him, and then my friend Alicia put me on to 85 South. So I found one of their managers and I wrote her, but I didn't leave my phone number. And then I got off Instagram and an hour went by because I was like, I got some treats I want to bring to the show. So I'm at home. I'm pussyfooting around. I'm supposed to be at the show, and I'm just like, dang, should I take the treats or should I not? Because how I'm gonna get there? I'm just going through all of this stuff. Pull up to the event. I'm late, like an hour late at this point, and I'm sitting there because I'm thinking this is valet. They're like, oh, this ain't valet. This valet for something else. So now I just wasted another 20 minutes. And as soon as I go to the parking lot, boom, it's a space right there. Go in, enjoy the show. Didn't know that I had bought a meet and greet package. So when they were introducing everybody, like Carlos came, I shook his hand. I was like, I got some treats for y'all. He was like, oh yeah, wait right here. But it was like one of those, like, yeah, everybody brings us something, but yeah, wait right here. And then Chad walked by. And I was like, hey, I got some trees for y'all in the car. He's like, oh yeah, bring them backstage, like bring them to the back door. So ran to my car and got my treats and took them in, like let everybody try them or whatever. And then I went outside and I was just happy. Like I was just happy because that's what I do to Happy Baker, just pull up with the treats. And Carlos bust through the door like, hey, how'd you make these? He's like, Joe, get the camera. So he got the camera. I didn't know what was going on the 85 South page. And then that's when, like, when I moved to Atlanta, like, a lot of people knew, I don't know a lot of people, but I knew, I guess, all the right people. So then I had all these people coming trying to be around me for that. So it was, like, a lot of stuff that I had to, like, just grow through here. But that's how I kind of, like, got another, like, a wave. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a Happy Baker before 85. But then it was, like, people started being like, oh, this is the 85 South Baker. Like, no, the fuck I'm not. I'm a Happy Baker. Like, I love them, like, and I love what everything, but that's not who I was. And then it was people like, man, I've been trying to get this person, I've been trying to pitch this to Chad for years. Like, you know what I'm saying? How you just moved down here and I've never been to the studio. And it was just like, and I'm just looking at these people like, if they didn't invite you before I got here, what makes you think you coming with me? And then I got my own shit that I'm trying to do. I don't even know what now, because now it's like, oh, you can bake. You're the talent. I'm being called the talent and an artist and a celebrity. And I'm like, who? They're like, oh, the content that you were putting out. My content was just me as a Happy Baker, just making my treats, showing everywhere I'm going. I would do a lot of events and vending events in the city of Columbus. So, and then that's when I came down here and did an event with Black Ink, and that's it. I'm rambling, sorry. But that's how it was. You know, what was the question?
I just mentioned basically maximizing your opportunity.
Oh yeah, that resources. But he asked me initially was like, what was something that I didn't quit, and that's that. I ain't quitting this shit.
Okay, just keep baking.
So was you was saying you don't have a kitchen, so what, you was like homeless or something?
I mean, shit. No, I ain't homeless. I can honestly say I have been blessed living in Atlanta, but it's different when you have your own kitchen. You living with people. I can't bake and do the numbers that I did because number one, I like to sing. It's the type of vibe that I have to make these treats. The kitchen has to be clean. I don't like nobody in the kitchen. I want to play my music. I want to be able to sing. So it's like when you're living with people, you have to respect their house. So you can't do too much. So I was still taking on little orders that I could where I'm not taking over somebody's kitchen space. So that's that. And then where I'm at now, you get to a place where it's like chess. You just gotta figure out the moves, because it's like, okay, now you got a kitchen, now you don't got no money. Because now the money you get, you gotta eat, and you want to? Because it be times where I make my desserts and then they don't sell and they just go in the trash. I don't have just like apparel or some shit or a hat that I can just make. And
why don't they sell?
Because in Atlanta, like, I have to reestablish my clientele. Because that's what I'm saying, when I got down here, I stopped baking because I was living with people.
Girl, hospitals, dialysis.
Well, yeah, all this stuff that I was doing before, I can do it now, but it's all, you got to find those people. I was going out, and it's a lot of people in Atlanta like, oh, well, how, it's like, oh, if you sell these here, then I need to cut. Or if you do this, I need to cut. Or it's like, what promo do you need? And it's not that. So it's like, it's the same as Columbus. It's just, I just got to restart. I just got to rebuild. Like, I had barbershops, salons, I did the comedy shows, I did the vendings, I did hospital. I used to work at the hospital. Exactly. So it's just finding my clientele again and getting away from the industry, because that's not what I want to do anyway. So let me just I'm for the everyday people.
Exactly. That's
what I need to just get back to that. And then still using my resources that I do have, but just getting back to me, like I said, I have people, money. Yeah, like, oh, we gotta do content, we gotta do this, and you should be a comedian, and you know what I'm saying? But it's just life. It's just, you move.
You just gotta stay focused. Yeah,
and that part. And I'm always trying to help everybody else. That's my problem too. Like, I will literally not do what I need to do to go and help somebody else. And it frustrates me sometimes, but it is, I said, it is what it is.
Are you like that with guys you date, or just like women?
I don't date really. I have a lot of male friends. I don't have too many female friends. So, but
that's a red flag.
What's a red flag? Yeah, but everybody says it.
Male friends, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as somebody say that, but
I don't take women serious if she say she got like a lot of male.
But how? If you grew up around a lot of males, and it's not everybody is fucking their friends. Like, why is that the first thing that, like, somebody says, like, when somebody has a lot of male friends, like, I have a lot of male friends.
I just prefer that. That's all I know. I mean,
But it's not even like that, because if I get a man, like, all them niggas see you, and you can't, like, I don't have men, like, be calling my phone and doing all of that, but I've never been the type of female to have a lot of friends. I got a lot of sisters already, and a lot of female cousins. I don't need to have a bunch of female friends. So, and then I have a lot of male cousins, and I don't have, yeah, but I'm saying, like, literally, what? I can count on my hands how many, I got about 4 outside of my sisters, and these have been my friends for years, 7th grade, 20 years. Even just as my on my Happy Baker journey, like, I found one of my best friends, and it was just like, I've known her for like 2 or 3 years. So, but as far as, I don't have a lot in common with a lot of women. And it's not no pick me shit. It's not that I don't want, because I ain't even been picked, so you can't even say that. But I don't have a lot in common with females because I didn't grow up. I grew up as a tomboy. Like, so I would rather go play football than, I mean, I'll still go play Barbies if I wanted to, but I'd rather be outside getting dirty. I wasn't having sex with nobody, but I just, like, you know what I'm saying? Men, I don't have to worry about going out with men. We gotta be cute, and we taking our time. Bitch, let's go.
Nah, for real.
You know?
I'm dressed.
Yeah, like, let's go. So it shouldn't always be a red flag, although I can see it, because one thing, like, people, I've known in my city, I go to a lot of bars to sell my shit. A lot of security guards know me because they protect me when I'm out. I was sexually assaulted. So I can see if I went out with you and I'm hugging all these niggas, now I'm a hoe. Because you hugging all the security guards and you just hugging all the people.
I mean, I don't like a woman who do all that hugging shit. Like, you know.
But I can see somebody hugging, but I know how to hug. A real woman know how to hug a man when she has a man.
I mean, this is what I prefer, man. I'm getting hyped up.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is what I prefer.
Shot in that.
She's funny.
That's a lot. Go ahead with
She
the
just
next
turned into
question.
people.
Next question.
Okay. So do you feel like when you get a guy, well, it don't really seem like you dress like real crazy, like, so do you feel like you got to change in a relationship when you meet a guy? You feel like you're supposed to be yourself?
I think, right now I'm trying to get back to being a little feminine, because I've been sexually assaulted. After that, and moving to Atlanta by myself, I'm definitely like masculine. Like, I want to be submissive and stuff like that. Like, don't like change who I am. No, I don't feel like that. I think you adapt to somebody that you, not adapt, but
Compromise.
you compromise. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you ain't gonna stop me, because I've had some people tell me as the Happy Baker, like, I've had guys before tell me, you need to be inside, like, you outside and you, like, but this
By a
is
certain time or something, or you just saying that you
no, I'll be outside. Like, right now it's 10:45. Man, a man might not want me to be outside, like, leaving the house at 10:45. But when I'm getting back to it, but my treats and stuff, I would be out at different bars. I would pull up it didn't start like that. During the day, I might hit hair salons or something like that. But I had bars in Ohio, like Doghouse. I would just go up there. I would always have my uniform or something on, my earrings. Like, people would see me come up, I had magnets on my car. So I was always out, but I was literally selling my treats, and it was just a Happy Baker. But basically, yeah. And I've had men who've told me, like, I remember, like, that's how I met a couple. Like, one guy, he was always buying banana pudding from me. And I was delivering it. And one day he was like, man, can you just relax? Just sit down. I just want to talk to you. He's like, you're always on go, because I'm in hustle mode.
Right.
And then when I dated him, it wasn't stop, because he was a hustler. So he didn't mind that, because he knew I was getting money. But then you have somebody who be in the house. Yeah, I want my man to come home to me. I wouldn't like that. Like, I would hope that my man would make it so that I wouldn't have to be out.
No, for real. Like, I was selling lemonade, and my man didn't want me to have to go sell the lemonade. He bought it. I was like,
Something like that. So I don't mind compromising. Like, if you make it to where I don't gotta be outside, I don't want to be outside.
Yeah, for real. Who wants to?
So what you saying, like, on certain days, he'll just be like, what you sell?
Like,
I buy all this shit.
Yeah, like, if I'm like, damn, I need some more money. I'm about to do this, and this to sell it, to, like, make some money. He'll be like, how much are they? And I'll be like, I'm selling them for this. And he'll be like, oh, okay. And then he'll give me the money. He'll be like, you ain't got to go do that. I'll be like, okay.
Yeah. So if I had a man that tells me that, all right.
Right, I'm going to sit down.
You want me to make something to eat?
Right.
So,
No
yeah.
sandwiches tonight, baby.
Okay, so how would you describe your mental health like at this point? You know, like
Okay.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Okay.
You know, I've been told I need to see a therapist or two, but you know, I have God, and I said, oh, that's the old way of thinking. No, God is my therapist, and if you got a problem with that, then go talk to yours, because I'm gonna talk to my God.
Amen. Does it work though? Like
For me,
yeah. Are you angry?
I'm really tapped.
or-
No, am I angry?
What's the feeling that people tell you need? She said, yeah. What's the feeling that people tell you that you need a therapist for? Is it because you angry, you anxious?
No,
or-
probably anxious and anxiety. Just stuff that I've been through because I don't talk. I talk to God. I tell people that all the time. And I know it sounds crazy,
No.
but if you are really aware of yourself and you hold yourself accountable, I don't be bullshitting myself. Even when like I just tried to talk to God the other day, and in my heart and soul, I felt like I don't want to hear it, and I didn't even pray. I just took a nap. You know what I'm saying? Like when you know yourself, like. I know, like, you could go, when I was, like I said, sexually assaulted, I never went and got seen a therapist about that. I mean, I feel like if you ain't even went through it, well, I'm about to talk to you about it. Like, you can listen to me, but what I did was because, like, I've been transparent in my journey. I've been transparent my whole life. So when people realize, like, where's the Happy Baker band, I made a post about, like, on this date, I got a DUI, and it's a lot behind that too, but for whatever reason, instead of the state trooper taking me to jail, he called the last person in my phone. This phone, it's the same number, but everybody calls this phone. These are customers that's calling my phone. You don't know, but instead of the state trooper going to my favorites, well, first of all, he should have took me to jail because I blew at a .211. I was fucked up. I should have went to jail, and I would have rather gone to jail because they found 3 sets of DNA on me that night, not just that one. And then they went, so that's even another thing. So when I shared my story, I was saying that I think my therapy is, I had a lot of people reach out to me. I had cousins and somebody close to me that never even told their story because they was like, look what happened to you. But I had to pray about that too. Like sometimes, I don't know why God let that happen to me or whatever, but it's like sometimes people need your voice. So maybe I don't need to go to therapy, maybe even because I can handle it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not suicidal. I'm not lashing out on people. It hasn't affected, it did at first, like when around men. And I will say, like, I never even dressed like that anyway, but now I really don't want that attention. So I would say that that's the only thing that is, but if I want to step, I'm a step. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like I've been able to deal with my own problems in my own way. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes I get happy. You know, people say self-medicate. I like to have a little drink or two because even that night I had my house was in foreclosure. I went and got drunk, and my dad, it don't solve your problems. They're gonna be there the next day. But you know what? I wanted some Jameson that night. That's just what I wanted, and it happened. And so I just feel like, you know, therapy is for those who can't manage their emotions, who don't really know how to sit with themselves and deal with how they're feeling. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. Like, I can sit here, right? I could be open right now, and then the next minute I'm telling a joke. It may not be healthy for some, but that's just how I am. Like, I know shit ain't funny, but shit do be funny. Because you live.
So you coping and growing?
Yeah. Because you don't know, like, it's like, and then you be thinking you happy and all of this shit. Like, you don't know it. Like, I'll be 38, I'll be 39 in July. Like, I still got a whole life to live. So, it's just like now at this point, it's like, what's next? So in love and everything, it's just like, okay, this is what I get. This is what I get now. I'm gonna be looking at, like, you know what I'm saying? Or even if, you know, it's I mean, shit, I do look at it. It's like, what's the worst that can happen? And I think about the worst. But then I focus on the positive. If the worst happens, I was already prepared for it. So it doesn't really, like, it don't bother me.
So would it bother you, like, if a guy did, like, a rape joke or, like, would they trigger you?
No, I got rape jokes. I mean, I ain't gonna laugh, but I do. I mean, it happens to me.
Tell me
So
one then.
you can't say. I'm just saying, like, niggas is trifling as fuck. I don't know how to joke. I just know how to tell my story, and I guess it's been told when I tell it, it's funny, but it ain't fucking funny. But I'm like, no, that doesn't bother me. When I say I like comedy, I like old school comedy, like Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor ain't funny though.
Yes,
Richard Pryor's not funny to you.
No, it's not funny.
To you, yeah. So I'm talking about raw comedy, Eddie Murphy, all of that. So no, a rape joke, abortion jokes, none of that stuff bothers me. I mean, my own fucking, my own uncle even. Like, I come from a family that you gotta have tough skin.
Very tough. Mm-hmm.
Very tough skin. So there's nothing in the world that they haven't prepared me for. From, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I got 8 aunts and uncles. Well, my granddad had 18 kids. So I have, like, there's really nothing that I ain't even seen outside of my own family that I would be shocked in the world. You know what I mean? Because I've already seen it. And it's been explained. Even if it was explained, like, mind your business, it was just like, I'm not stupid. You know, as a child, I could observe everything, put 2 and 2 together. And if you just listen to people, it's just like, oh, okay. But I'm mind my business. Why you make that face?
Just being goofy. Okay, do you believe like loyalty has like an expiration date, and if so, like who did it expire on?
Yeah. I think it do. But even after it's expired, I still be messing with people and they think shit's all sweet, because it's just like, it's okay. Like, it does, because I know I have a problem with trusting people, but it's just like, it's like, if I say I'm God, like, right, we're creating his image and stuff like that, like, I'm gonna give you the same love. Like, it's not up to me. Like, if you fuck up, you fuck up. Like, so.
You forgive him.
I'm definitely forgiving, but I don't forget.
So if a guy cheat, you will forgive?
Yeah.
Stay with him?
I was with my son's father for 12 years. You know, I don't like the word cheat. You know, we were young, I guess that's what they would say. But no, like, cheating ain't no deal breaker for me. I mean, I guess it depends on how it went down. But like, no, I don't want to be cheated on. I'm not saying that. But, you know, I don't want no man to cheat on me, but I don't know what the hell's going to happen. And I can't say that I'm going to leave.
You're a good woman, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
You.
And that don't make you a good woman because you necessarily stay. Because I can't tell you in every situation that I would. I couldn't tell you that. I did. I was in a relationship for 12 years where I did stay, but I've never had a relationship after that since. Like, I've had situations, and after 3-6 months, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm single, so if I ain't met your family and we're not doing certain things, then I'm gonna treat you a certain type of way, because it's not serious. Like, you obviously don't see yourself having a future with me, no matter what you fucking say. But if I haven't met your family, and I'm old school like that, so it's just certain things that I look for. So, and pretty much after 3 to 6 months, I fall back.
My mom, she told me, she said, if you ain't gonna marry her, I don't want to meet that hoe.
Yeah.
So it's like, she don't want too many girls coming around, even though you could be serious.
Right.
But until you just like, I'm about to marry her, like, she don't want to meet you.
That's what so you just proved my point. So if you're not taking me to meet your mother, and I'm not saying that in every situation, but your mama could have told you that. And you sitting up here telling me, because family's important to me, I'm ready for, if I'm dating you after like 3 months, like my mom just said to me, like, you know, I've never heard you say you had a boyfriend. I don't have boyfriends. So if I take you to meet my parents, like, and then I want to meet yours, if I'm not meeting yours, that means that, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gotta tell me that. Like you said, if your mom doesn't want you to meet, like, she don't want to meet nobody you don't plan on marrying, then that's probably why he's not taking you around the family. And then as a woman, if you're smart enough to recognize shit like that, you'll know how to, like, kind of back up and be like, all right, well, this is what it is.
So do you have like a time frame? You know, because a lot of women, I guess.
She said 3 to 6 months.
No, she's talking about for parents, right?
No, like, to show your interest.
I'm saying, like, for, like, you know, some women want you to wait like 3 months for sex, or 6 months. Like, do you have like a time frame?
Oh, no.
You set on there?
No, I'm grown.
Okay.
That's why I don't be out here just fucking anybody, but I don't have no time frame on that.
What's too soon then? Like the first day, or like a week?
I can't know. It's not too soon. I fucked on the first date before.
Blessings.
Okay. And then I actually, like, yeah, it's not. I mean, if you feeling somebody, it is what it is, and then it's over with.
Or you might be with them forever.
Or with them forever. I've had that too. So it's like, but yeah, I think if you are grown and y'all are mature, and if the vibe is there, then do what you do. What's that?
Yeah.
This ain't do it with everybody, because you know motherfuckers be vibing with everybody. Not you. I'm just saying. People be vibing, you know, and be free. No, I ain't
It sounded
saying.
like she was saying you when she said.
I ain't gonna point no elbows, but I was just saying.
Because I do be vibing with people, but sometimes you just vibe for the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not nothing like protect yourself. Like if you know your body and you know what you like and what you want to do, then do that. I'm not God, baby. I'm not here to judge you, but I know with me in this temple, I'm going if I want.
Period.
I mean, you know, but it ain't been a lot of them while I'm talking shit.
I mean,
One night stands?
Yeah.
Literally
1,000.
What about within a week?
Okay.
a week.
Yeah.
5.
Mm-mm.
What's the matter?
What you saying? New partners in a week?
Yeah, like
Every day.
I don't be fucking around like that.
Okay. What about you?
Like since I moved, if I can't really remember in Ohio, but since I've been in Georgia for 3 years, I've only slept with 3 people, and the first person was just once, but it wasn't like. So I guess I go back to that. Like we met and we were talking business about like. I don't want to say that. 'Cause then I'm like, what? It's like, but yeah, I talk to trees, but to everybody about trees. And so it was like, it was just in that moment of talking to someone, and then it was just like, he wanted me to go meet his dad. But I think it was just like, you know, you talk to somebody and y'all both like ambitious, and it was just like, oh, so then that was once, like, and then we never messed around again.
Why not?
Huh?
Why
Because
not?
I think that's all that was needed. I mean, we still cool, we still talk, but it wasn't like, that's what I'm saying, like, you don't gotta keep fucking somebody. Like, I did it, it was great, and it's, I think we linked up one more time after that, and it wasn't the same. That chemistry wasn't there. So I think that's just what it was. Because I wasn't even, you know, the first one we were talking, and he's like, you know, a man who's smart and is a leader and is strong, you don't be around him a lot. You be like, you know what, Daddy, I'm like, I'll listen to you. Don't even call it. But that's what. But then I got around him again after I already got it, and it was like the mystery is gone. Like I already hit it, so that was that.
Sound like a guy.
And then the second, and then the other person, like, and then that's what I'm saying, since I've been here, that should be like once a month, every 3 months, or like, so, and that's that. I don't be out here fucking around like that. And then you really can't when you trying to get your shit together. You shouldn't even be, I mean, you should, because, I don't know, I be lying. The sex is good. Sex is good, and it feels good, and it's a stress reliever, and it makes you happy. If you can do it, do it.
You be throwing it back.
Okay, a minor situation that revealed you didn't have a real friend.
A minor situation that I didn't have a real friend. A friend that will point out your insecurities in front of a room full of people.
And what was
At
your
the time, it was an insecurity. When I first had my son, so I had gained all this weight, and I had lost all this weight, and I was like the smallest I had ever been. And I got pregnant with my son, so then my stomach, you know, got stretched out. So it was like I hated my stomach. It wasn't as bad as I fucking thought, but when you're a new mom and you go through that shit, it's like you don't want to have that. Like, so when your home girl is actually like she dating a dude that I was actually long story short, she's dating a guy that I was like basically like flirting with. Like when we seen each other, it's like, oh, that's your boo. But then she started, I ain't give a fuck. Like, okay, cool. Like we still cool. Like whatever. So she's like, oh, show him your stomach, like just to like embarrass me.
That was a good punch, y'all.
Yeah, and recently too, I've had somebody else say that too. Like, but you know, you have to realize sometimes, even when I would go out, like my makeup wouldn't. But this one I used to wear makeup. Like I literally look like Michael Jackson, and they would let me go out like that, or tell you like to change your outfit because you don't. But knowing I was looking good, but I was lacking confidence in myself, so I'm like listening to them because I'm thinking they're like more prettier than me, and this, you know, she got the body, so let me. But I was killing that bitch, and I wish I had known that then. But you know,
What them hoes is? They ain't like you, did they?
no, it's okay. That's why I don't fuck with females. They're weird.
Kay good though. She like.
No, she's good.
She good people.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
I mean, you are too.
What am I, shot liver? Jesus Christ.
Okay, the devil has a funny way of showing his face. Like, how can you relate to that quote?
The devil has a funny way of showing his face. I don't know, cause like I'm covered, so I
Amen.
don't see the devil. I mean, I guess if I do, I don't know.
Oh, this, okay.
Maybe in the like if I see somebody again that I like, you know how you meet people sometimes and then you meet another person and it's like the same person you met. I wouldn't necessarily call them the devil or nothing like that, but you know, I don't know. I don't even fuck with the devil at all, so
Okay.
I don't know. I can't call it bug. Next question.
Okay, let's see how they do her thing.
Okay, so what's something about you we haven't asked that our audience should know about you?
Something that you haven't asked that I can sing. That I think I can sing.
Come on, go ahead.
Which one?
Acapella, what you got?
One of my favorites, everybody know that I'm gonna do is. And I am telling you, I'm not going.
It's the
Even though there are times I show, and you're gonna love me. Yeah, I love
Sing.
singing, you know, but yeah, that's it.
that's what you be doing in the kitchen?
I love to sing in the kitchen. I love to just turn my music on and listen to my oldies. And I sing. That's why they be good, because I put love and happiness in those treats in my food.
Okay, what
Make you
song?
wanna do right.
What song brings back a good memory from back in Ohio?
If you've been following really me, you would know I love all types of music. But one of my favorite songs is Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. And it was before my Uncle Joe passed away. And he used to always hype me up singing that song. So every time I hear it now, I just remember when we were at my mom's house and we was all in the kitchen and we was singing, but he actually had told my brother's girlfriend at the time to like hit the note or whatever. So every time I sing it now, I think about my Uncle Joe or my Aunt Maddie, because them was the two people that told me that I could sing ever since I was little. And then everybody else now be trying to hate, but you know,
Let's hear it.
it's okay. But I can sing.
Okay, and one more thing. Okay, when the last time you talked to your son and he made you like smile about something?
Every day. Yesterday went really too. He's such a good kid, and one of my cousin's kids called him, and my son was like, he hit me up like, he talks to me like I'm one of his friends though, but me and my son, that's my dog. Like, and it was like, you know, he tells me everything, because they're really, you know, he tells me everything, okay? And he called me like, Mom, he said, bro, I'm finna block such and such, because they keep blowing up my phone. And then he told him, and I was like, wait a minute, because, you know what I'm saying, such and such did this. And I was like, so call Mom and let her know that he's in contact with you. So then they say he's just so funny and smart. He's just like, man, he's a straight donkey. And I don't know why that made me laugh, but it was funny.
What's donkey mean?
A jackass. Like he's 17, but I don't know, it was just like for him to, like, I love the fact that, you know, when he hears other kids and the shit that they doing, and if he can recognize a jackass at his age and realize that this kid, like,
They ain't
you
doing
know,
right.
they not doing right and they're not doing this, and then he like, yeah, he called me like, yeah, Mom, he gonna call me a snitch, and I'm like, yeah, okay, like, and he was like, I was like, well, I don't want to be around the family and everybody be like, who knew something. So he's a really good kid, and you know, so that was the recent thing.
That's it, Kay? I guess literally it's no pressure, man. We appreciate you coming and telling your story.
Thank
and
you.
maybe we'll have you back again.
Yeah, this was fun.
Okay, and we out, man. We'll see y'all next week.